Once upon a time, in an ancient land, a young man named Zahid lived with his father, Nasib. They owned a small shop, relying on each other for support. Every night, Nasir advised his son, "Son, death has no fixed time. If I leave this world, remember, you are never alone. Allah is always with you. Run your business with honesty and kindness, and you will never be left helpless." Though Zahid listened, he never fully grasped the depth of his father's words. Then, the inevitable day came. Nasir passed away. Zahid was devastated. Everything in the shop reminded him of his father, and his home felt empty. He struggled with loneliness, but kept the shop running, just as his father had taught him. One day, Zahid had to travel to another city for business. Riding his horse, he set off with high hopes, but as night fell, he lost his way in the vast desert. The endless dunes surrounded him, and his food and water ran out. Fear crept into his heart as strange noises echoed from a nearby forest. Even his horse sensed danger, its nervous neighs breaking the eerie silence. Remembering his father's words, Zahid closed his eyes and prayed, "O Allah, if my father was right, then show me a way." As soon as he finished his prayer, his frightened horse bolted into the darkness. Zahid ran after it, stumbling and falling. Exhausted, he looked up and saw a faint glow in the distance, a single house standing in the midst of the deserted land. With renewed hope, Zahid reached the house and knocked on the door. An old, disabled man answered. Zahid begged for water, but the man shook his head. "Water is far away," he said. "You must travel toward that distant light." Desperate and weak, Zahid followed the direction the man had pointed to. After what felt like an eternity, he arrived at a small hut where an old man was deep in prayer. The man looked at Zahid calmly and said, "Take this water and return." Relieved, Zahid took the water and began his journey back. However, on the way, his foot caught on a rock, and he stumbled, spilling all the water onto the dry earth. Defeated and weary, he returned to the disabled man with empty hands. To Zahid's surprise, the man simply smiled and raised his hands in prayer. Just then, a knock came at the door. It was the old man from the hut, carrying more water and food. Zahid was astonished. "How did you know someone would bring water?" he asked. The disabled man replied, "Allah always provides for those who trust him." In that moment, realization struck Zahid. His father's wisdom was true. From that day on, Zahid placed his full faith in Allah, knowing that no matter how lost he felt, Allah would always guide him. Moral: trust in divine wisdom. Even in the darkest times, Allah provides for those who believe.